I'm logged into the server as the domain administrator, so I have free access to the local file system. Let's see how the policy I created restricts access to the folder C:\important data. I'm going to start off by importing the policy into the Policy Commander server. By taking a look at the information found in the Policies tab, I can see that the policy has been correctly imported. Rather than deploying the policy to my whole domain at first, I'm going to deploy directly to my 2003 VM server, so you can clearly see the policy in action. As we can see, the 2003 VM server is not compliant with the policy. Looking at the summary, you can see the failure message from the policy I created. So I'm now going to manually enforce the policy and acknowledge the enforcement and make the policy compliant. Now let's take a look at what happens when we try and access the important data folder now it's in compliance with the security policy. Access denied. That's okay, because I'm the network administrator, I have total control over the server, so I'm going to re-add the administrators group to the folder's security permissions. Great, I now have access to the folder again. The Policy Commander console will now show the status of non-compliant because the folder is no longer compliant with the security policy I deployed. Obviously, I do not wish to manually enforce the policy every time the folder goes out of compliance, so I'm going to check the tick box to automatically enforce the policy. Let's see how the administrator gets on now. Access denied. So let's repeat the process of adding the administrators group back onto the NTFS permissions for the folder. When I refresh the console, it shows my policy has been automatically enforced. Any changes I made as the administrator have been instantly corrected in accordance with the security policy. Policy Commander has stopped the administrator gaining access to the company's sensitive information. The policy was originally deployed to just the 2003 VM server, so watch what happens when I create another important data folder on my Pt.1 workstation and then redeploy the policy to my whole domain. Policy Commander, without any changes to the policy, has automatically enforced the compliance to the Pt.1 workstation. Because when I configured the policy, the only two applicability rules I used was, does the folder imported data exist, and is the computer in the 192.168.8 subnet? The answer to both questions is yes, so the policy has been enforced. The Pt.2 workstation does not have an important data folder. That's why the policy status is non-applicable here.